Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and today I am talking about Ubisoft. And if you watched my channel for some time, you would know that I don't ever talk about video game companies or video games in general. But today's topic is somewhat near and dear to my heart, and that is Ubisoft is slowly dying and people are celebrating. What the hell is going on? And I know that a lot of people don't like Ubisoft, and for good reason too. Let's mention what Ubisoft is known for. Ubisoft is known for putting egregious monetization schemes that can ruin your gaming experience. And some of the recent statements that came out, like they were saying that people should get comfortable not owning their games, which is an absolutely insane thing to say. Like, you're paying for a full priced game, but you don't own the rights to own it for the rest of your life. Like, you just rent it for some extended period of time, and then they can take that away from you anytime they want. And that is a very dystopian point of view that Ubisoft has going for it. And there were some other comments, like one of the guys from Ubisoft said that Skull and Bones is like a quadruple A video game, which is a very egotistical thing to say, considering Skull and Bones looks barely double A game. Like the lack of freedom that you have in that game. Like, you had more freedom in Assassin's Creed 4, and that game came out such a long time ago. Like, I hear about the things that are present in Skull and Bones, and it just baffles my mind that they thought that this game was fit to release like in that condition. And you know what, like, Skull and Bones is just one of many of their recent misfires. Before or after that, they also released Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and that game also quietly simmered away. It died. Like, that game came out, people reviewed it, some people played it, and then people just moved on. Like, they didn't even care that much about that game. Like, it just went out. Like, that's such a sad thing. Like, it's a triple A game. Like, there's so much money behind that game, and people don't care now. And some time ago, they also released Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think they released it like a year ago or something. And that game also got like lukewarm reviews. Like, they already said that it was supposed to be like a DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but they turned it into its own thing, and they gave it some graphical upgrades and stuff like that. But it was a very short game and kind of expensive for its price, considering it's a very short game. So that didn't get a lot of attraction as well. I think it was a good game. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, it's sad to see that that game also didn't get much attention. And then they have finally released their latest game, which is Star Wars Outlaws. And wow, like, that game, I used to think, when I saw the trailers for that game, and I'm such a sucker for Ubisoft trailers, because whenever I see them, I'm like, holy hell, like, this is going to be crazy. But when that game came out, like, a lot of people just shrugged it off, like they didn't like it. I haven't played that game yet, but like, it's very sad to see that that game also didn't receive the attention that I think it should have. And it's not to say that the gamers aren't responding to it. It's just maybe some of the design choices and the game choices that Ubisoft made that just didn't resonate with the players. And yeah, like, a lot of people say like Ubisoft is doing this whole thing to themselves. Like, whatever happens to Ubisoft, they deserve it. And like, I am all for it. Like, Ubisoft has done some pretty horrible things, and their game design feels really generic. If you play one of their games, another game in a completely different genre is not going to feel any different from like the game that you already played. So if you played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then you go and play as a Watch Dogs Legion, it's not going to feel very different. Like, it's the same formula applied to every single one of their games. So yeah, like, they really stopped innovating. Like, Assassin's Creed Origin, while it's one of my favorite games, and I would also call it like the magnum opus of the Assassin's Creed series, even though a lot of people say that Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy was really good. And I've played that, but in my humble opinion, I think Assassin's Creed Origins was really, really good. but that game also came as like a harbinger of plague, because after that every single game that came out was, like the same as Assassin's Creed Origins, just tweaked slightly, like different settings, same formula. But yeah, circling back to the whole thing about people saying like it's good, but you know what, I would not like to live in a world without Ubisoft. And that is not to say that Ubisoft does an amazing job with video games. Like, you have Rockstar Games and they make amazing games, like they make S tier games and nothing less than that, and they are amazing. Red Dead Redemption 2, the best game I've ever played. It's not overhyped, it is, really fucking good. It's a really good game. GTA 5, like it's a masterpiece. Like, you can't praise that game enough. And then you have, Ubisoft that makes like A tier games. You have, like Rockstar S tier games, Ubisoft 8-year games, and it is very rarely that you would see Ubisoft making S tier games. Like, I think I might stretch it and say that Assassin's Creed 4 is an S tier, and I would go ahead and say that Assassin's Creed Origins is also an S tier. No matter how much people say that like that formula is redundant, but at the time when Assassin's Creed Origins came out, it was definitely new. It definitely resonated with people, and I definitely loved it. And it was not a game that was stretched like Valhalla. Like, the story of Assassin's Creed Origins just felt just right. Like, it didn't overstay its welcome. It just told what it needed to, and then it's fucked off. Like, it didn't overstay its welcome, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you just spend like over 100 hours trying to finish that fucking game. Like, it is so fucking annoying to finish that game. And I'm sorry, like, I should not have used the effort so much in such a short span of time, because YouTube is not going to like that. But you know what, whatever. But yeah, that was what I wanted to say, my 2 cents about the whole Ubisoft situation. I hope that Ubisoft can come out of it stronger than before, and I hope that they can make the necessary reforms to turn things around for themselves, because I would personally love to keep on playing Assassin's Creed games, and I hope that they can learn from this experience. And with that said, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.